This is the News of the World reports. Landon Godfrey as your anchor. Ryan O'Connor as your other anchor. Brady Phillips as the on-site reporter. Elena Lopez as a sportswoman, and Lexi Urak as the weatherwoman.
Hi, I'm Ryan O'Connor.
And I'm Landon Godfrey.
Today on the News of the World, we will be focusing on the great state of Arizona's desert region.
On this day, Arizona became a state 100 years ago. Happy birthday, Arizona. February 14th, 1912 was a very happy day. Arizona was finally a state. The celebrations began. It was like New Year's and 4th of July all in one. Every community had some sort of festival.
For example, Bisbee lit 48 sticks of dynamite all at once. Arizona was a state at last.
They also had a major industry for mining in Arizona. The mining industry in Arizona started in the 1800s. From 1960 through 1965, Arizona produced 3,321,000 ounces of gold. In 1965, Arizona ranked 8th among the gold-producing states. In 2007, Arizona was the leading copper-making state in the U.S., making 750,000 metric tons of copper, worth a record $5.54 billion. Arizona produces 60% of all copper for the United States. Bisbee District, or Warren District, is immediately north of the Mexican border. Bisbee District was the largest gold producer in Arizona in 1959. The Copper Queen Mine, Bisbee's first working mine, was also its last. The mining in the Copper Queen Mine stopped in 1975. Now the Copper Queen still offers tours. The Warren District is credited with having made 8 billion pounds of copper, 90 tons of gold, and 3,000 tons of silver.
Hey Landon, have you ever heard of the Papago Indians?
Oh, I haven't. Are you going to talk about it today?
Yes, I am. The Papago lived in the desert country of Arizona on the border of Mexico. They did not spend their time traveling, and instead of hunting, they would farm corn, beans, and squash. They lived peacefully in villages, and they did not need much clothing because they lived in such a hot area. The women wore a one-piece skirt made out of animal skin with cotton that ties around their hips and reaches their knees. And the men wore a cloth made out of deerskin. Believe it or not, but the Papago Indians are still alive and living great. We wanted to see a state in person,
so we sent one of our best reporters to Tucson, Arizona.
On my way to Tucson, Arizona, Brady will see many different animals.
One of the animals he is going to see is a coyote. A coyote has two different names. One is coyote, and sometimes they are called prairie wolves in other areas. They can run up to speeds of 25 to 30 miles per hour. They usually travel in packs and hunt in pairs. They can jump up to 8 feet high. Arizona's native people tell many folk tales about the coyote, which most often appears as a curious trickster whose cunning ways ensure its survival. Of course, there are many plants that animals rely on. Ryan has some information for you about the plants in Arizona's desert region.
Yes, I do, Landon. The Arizona state flower is the saguaro cactus blossom. The saguaro cactus can live up to 200 years. It grows 1 inch a year and can get up to 50 feet. It takes 75 years for the cactus to develop a side arm. When a cactus gets up to 60 years, it blooms for the first time. The saguaro cactus blossom is a beautiful part in our dry desert.
Let's get an update on how Brady is doing.
On my way to Tucson, Arizona. See you there. While we're waiting, let's talk sports in Arizona.
Hi, my name is Elena Lopez. Sports have played an important role in Arizona since the days of mining towns and military posts. And baseball was one of the first major sports to be established in the desert. The Cactus League was born in the 1940s when the owner of the Cleveland Indians decided to buck tradition of training in Florida and convinced the New York Giants to do the same. In 1995, Arizona got its own major league team.
The Diamondbacks had a great year last year and are hoping to win the division and get back to the playoffs to give the fans something to cheer about again this year.
So let's play ball!
Sounds great, Elena. Love those D-backs. Earlier we were talking about how hot it was in Arizona, so let's join Lexi to see what it was really like. Overall climate for our desert region is pleasant and sunny, even in cold areas. The sun shines in southern Arizona 85% of the year, and that's considerably more sunshine than Hawaii or Florida. Variations in altitude and terrain account for some of the most diverse weather. Arizona usually breaks the nation's record for high temperatures and low temperatures on the same day. During summer, because our region is in a lower part of the world, we Arizonans get left with our record-breaking heat, so drink lots of water. Scattered monsoons across our desert region, lovely weather between 47 and 72 degrees Fahrenheit for about the next 4 days. I'm Lexi Urach, and that's your weather.
Thanks for the update. Now to Brady Phillips in Tucson, Arizona.
Have you ever been to Tucson, Arizona? If you have, you probably know that Ronstadt Park is a great place to relax, and I speak from experience. The brick entrance reminds us of the brick Ronstadt Company building it replaced. Famous rock star and Tucson native Linda Ronstadt, a direct descendant of Frederick A. Ronstadt, is very pleased that the city has honored him so much. The name Tucson comes from its Papago Indian moose. These early Americans called it Tucson, meaning black base, after the dark Tamamac Mountain nearby. At the end of the 19th century, Tucson's 5,100 inhabitants made it the largest city in Arizona. Now back to Ryan and Landon in Arizona's current largest city, Phoenix.
That was a great way to end the show, Brady.
It sure was. I guess that's it for today.
Tomorrow we'll be showing you even more about our desert region of Arizona.
Evan Guy as the director. Tristan Andresic as the cameraman. Sarah Fields as the set designer. And that is your Now Report.